Hello and welcome to another MailRite workshop. I'm Adam Brown. I'm the co-founder and I'm here with the one and only.
Jonathan Dent.
Yeah, and he's the founder and the brain behind a lot of this. He's fresh back from a WordPress conference, so that's where we get a lot of the strengths on that side of it and the social media on my side and video, plus things that we both do and excel at, but we really do complement one another. And today we're going to talk about social media marketing tips that generate leads because we know you want to supercharge your marketing and make more money and help more people, right? Or why would we be here? Why would you be doing what you're doing if you didn't? So, are you ready to jump into this, Jonathan?
I certainly am, Adam.
Okay, any background, or you want me just to
Let's just go
start
straight
pounding
into it.
away? Okay, so first things are just some little tips that all add up, and it's tagging businesses and others in your posts. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, you want to talk about other businesses in your local area. You want to mix it up with obviously what's houses that your representative, new properties, but also you want to talk about other businesses in the area. And when you're talking about them, you want to make sure you tag the business name. So the business, there's a lot of apps that people are using, and if they're mentioned in the post, they
Hmm.
are told that they've
Yep.
been mentioned, and then they normally will either respond to the mention or they will repost it. And that's one of the biggest ways that you can increase the outreach of your own posts.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing you can do as well, because when you get people to save, share, not just React get a tiny bit of algorithm juice, but when you get the other things and engagement and comments, so a lot of people will say like comment, share, or download today, and I'll send you this free resource. So use some of those things while you're tagging those businesses too, and allow them to download your video. So if you tag them, they might want to download it. They might want to post it the next day, which would be fantastic because those platforms know that they're doing that with the content, which means your content's good, it's resourceful, and it's going to get out there and pushed even further, and you'll probably get more followers.
Yeah.
All right. So, second thing is use videos. This one is so basic, but still is not being implemented properly or at the right ratio, don't you think?
I would say the vast majority of agents still are not posting videos on their social media, and they just, for various understandable reasons, but technically there's really, we've done loads of videos going through the equipment.
Yeah,
Most people now in their pocket got a fantastic video taking machine, either Android or their iPhone.
it's
Um,
true.
that takes just amazing video, and you've just got to get over the hump and start producing video, because it's going to be the biggest way of getting your social media posts seen, shared, and getting a result from the work you're doing on social media.
Yeah, yeah. And start out with those hooks that make people want to keep watching the video that you're doing. If you do use any static images, aka photos or stock images, then use animated text, put some GIFs or GIFs, depending on how you prefer to say that, so that it has some action and some call to action on it. Um, and if you do, not that we're talking about this, but if you do static images, try to do it in a more carousel type of way because those do get pushed out there and they recycle those images to the ones people didn't see yet. So, but I would say it's that Pareto principle where you should be working yourself up to 80% video, 20% static images. Um, that's just the way it is. That's what's getting pushed out there. That's what's going to get more views. That's how you're going to grow your audience, get more leads, make more money, help more people. So implement that as soon as you can. Quit making up excuses. We all do. No one likes to be behind the camera necessarily,
No.
but right. But like you just got to get on there. You just got to start doing it, and you're just going to keep getting better and better at it. So, I love watching agents that start to excel and get good at it when they used to be like 2 years ago super scared of even like getting behind their own phone camera. So get out there and get some stuff done so you can see the fruit of your labor. Anything else?
No, I think you summarized it really fantastic, Adam.
Okay. Third thing is engaged with locally based influencers. I love this one. Share about it.
Well, it's a bit linked, like with number one point, the tagging. Um,
Hmm.
I think working with you, we've mentioned this in other videos. You becoming the digital mayor of your
Hmm.
town, your area, your part of the city, or whatever, is becoming the digital resource and talking to other people and doing joint videos, highlighting places, going over to a restaurant or whatever business and doing a quick video, promoting that business, and you jointly sharing. B, use strategy, see which businesses are utilizing social media in a reasonably effective way. There's really no point in outreaching to partners that don't utilize social media. So you want to draw up a list about who are posting regularly, who are making videos, who's doing, and then outreach to them. Say you like to promote their business. It will mean you share their audience. That means your audience should increase as well.
Yeah, and keep in mind you're doing this not just for selfish reasons, right? You need to pay it
Oh,
forward because they want to grow their business
yeah,
as well, and they want to reach more people and be more influential. So kind of look at it as this, push and pull
yeah.
situation where you're helping one another. So, continue to network, find out who those people are, who are good fits for you, the way you do business, your personality, where you live, and start building those relationships. So it's not just this cold turkey, like, who's this person tagging me? And make sure when you start tagging them or engaging with them so that they start to get to know who you are, you're putting out, pretty decent content as well. So they'll want to be tagged by the stuff that you're producing. So, all right. Anything else?
I think it's linked to our last video where we were talking about podcasting because
Yeah.
I think if you start interviewing local businesses, that and you research the ones that are got some interesting things to say, but they're also active on social media. They're probably going to share the video, and then they're probably going to be more willing to do more kind of social sharing things with you. So
Yeah.
it kind of all works together, really, doesn't it, Adam?
Yeah, yeah. And like I did one the other day, just super quickly. I was getting in my truck. I'm like, oh, I should make a little video about this new coffee shop because they have like legit bagels, super good coffee, pumpkin brulee coffee, love it. So I made a quick little video, tagged them, tagged the nonprofit that I was meeting with and gonna do some video work for. And those are just good ways to pay it forward. So think beyond just businesses and think about like nonprofits,
Yeah,
maybe the church you go to, or people that are connected in the different spheres that you're a part of, and not just the real estate or mortgage world, for instance.
yeah.
All right. So fourth, I maybe actually numbered that incorrectly earlier. Third was engage with locally based influencers. Fourth is research your hashtags. How do you do that, Jonathan? Can't you just pick anything and just throw it on there?
Well, you can do, but a little bit of thought um, is that there's a number of free services that show you. It's going to be a little bit harder on the localized side because these services don't normally cover. Um,
the smaller areas and whatnot.
Yes, but you can look at draw up a list of those local businesses that you think are doing a really good job, and then look at what they're regularly tagging
Hmm.
themselves and draw up a list, just a little bit of thought, and then add those tags to what you're, especially if you're talking about that specific business or subjects they're also talking about.
Hmm.
I think you're going to be on the right track. So, what do you reckon, Adam?
Yeah, I think the algorithms right now are showing less is more. I think that's what all the influencers are saying too. I do believe you need to experiment. You might realize using three quality hashtags is better than using 30, for instance, because it's
Yeah,
it's it's
I've
too
never,
noisy and
yeah,
messy, right?
yeah, I've never been that keen. I tag a fair bit with my YouTube videos,
Yeah,
because it's reducing relevance anyway. They tend, what I've read, when it comes to YouTube, they're really going by the title and the thumbnail, but they
yeah,
do reckon it's still worth to tag a bit. So
yeah,
I make sure that most of the videos are well tagged up.
yeah.
But when it comes to Facebook, Instagram, you can no longer tag on LinkedIn, but I don't think LinkedIn is the right platform. I really think it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's TikTok if you're prepared. But, that's a young audience, and you could say that they haven't got the money to buy property. So probably your focus probably is best spent on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah. And you're covering a pretty large demographic between those three right there.
Yeah.
And don't always think too the most popular hashtags are the best hashtags because it's really hard to see. A lot of people aren't searching with hashtags. That's why some of the algorithms are not pushing those or even pushing them less. So you got to be kind of careful with that. And sometimes using smaller hashtags might get more views. So just keep those little tips in mind. All right, fifth thing is it's super important to actually post consistently. Why is that, Jonathan?
Well, on my social media strategy, it's mostly YouTube and it's mostly LinkedIn that I've really been concentrating.
Hmm.
And most real estate agents totally underestimate the amount of volume you're going to need to produce. Now, the way I try and explain it to agents is that Melwright, we provide a calendar and we populate it for the agent with about 30 to 40 posts in the calendar that we provide. Um, and we then say to the agent, can you provide some content that's more local focused?
Yeah.
And then they've got a pre populated calendar of content for the month. But what they should do then is concentrate in using video and really observing and commenting on other people's posts.
Hmm.
That's what, when they've got a spare moment and get their phone out, is look at what other people are posting and comment on it, and then also produce video. And that mixture of the content that we're providing, that they have also added to in the Melwright social media calendar, plus
Yeah.
plus them commenting and plus them making video, is a great social media production engine, that because most agents just don't produce the volume of content that's going to move the needle.
Yeah. Yeah. And look at what those influencers and high producers are putting out there. And a lot of it, you can copy it or you can actually use it and then pull it into what you're creating. So there's so many just cool things you can do now on social media to try to reach more people. And what Jonathan was talking about, it is like a secret sauce. So if you start engaging, like seriously, start engaging for like 10 minutes a day. And I don't mean just going through and pushing the heart or thumbs up 100 times. I mean engaging, like write a minimum of three, but try to write five or more words about whatever that person is posting. It could be an influencer. Heck, I just did this the other day on a brand new um, organization that I started following and just put one comment that was like maybe 10 words long. And I've got like 200 people that liked it and reacted to it and are starting to comment on it. I didn't even think that was going to happen. I didn't even comment because of that. I was just stoked on what the person wrote, or what they showed on their platform, and was kind of just like, hey, this is good. Like we need to kind of keep taking these steps, kind of a situation. So don't underestimate the power. It is actually way more powerful than I think most people realize. Real engagement, and you're going to start to see not only you getting engagement, but people are going to start following you because they're going to see, wow, they got 150 reactions on their comment. I'm going to click and go to their profile. They're going to see your profile, hopefully want to follow you, which then, generates more leads and more business, hopefully, right?
Yeah, because what people got to realize, especially with meta properties, which is Facebook and
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, is that fundamentally your page or your personal profile, if you're commenting, isn't going to drive a lot of traffic unless you add money to it. The only way you can get over this is volume to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
But the main way is utilizing video, but also commenting on other people's posts and then getting engagement. Because
Yeah.
then people will say, "Oh well, who's this? This is a real estate guy." I'll go over to his page. I'll see what he's up to.
Yeah.
That's how you start building up activity. Then, if you've got the budget, you can look at the mail right system, and we can help you with Facebook advertising. But what we have outlined is the only way organically that you can start getting some result from your organic activities. Otherwise, there's not, they have really pared it down. But by getting engagement, by utilizing video, and by utilizing a platform like the MailRite social media calendar,
Mm-hmm.
uh, posting so a lot of people posting once a day or posting once a week ain't gonna hack it.
No, it doesn't.
It ain't gonna move the needle at all. You know, 2 to 3 posts a day or more. Um, and then really commenting, like spending 10, 15 minutes a day commenting and also producing some video will, if it's done, if you just keep on doing it, will move the needle.
Yeah, it will. And there's even like, little challenges inside Facebook where they'll say, post 4 reels this week and you'll reach the next level, so you can kind of do those little challenges to motivate yourself. But if you owned Facebook and people were doing these challenges and completing them and getting better at it, don't you think you would probably push that person's content out there a little bit more? I think so. So try those out too and see how that works for you. And let us know in the comments. Maybe you haven't, you didn't notice anything, or maybe you noticed a lot more reach and stuff from
Yeah,
completing
another
those.
thing you got to understand is do not have links to your websites in your general because it will reduce you. That's why you want a good page
Yeah,
because you want them to go to your page and then you can have your links on your page
yeah,
that goes
yeah.
to
They
your
hate it.
website. But if you have it linked to external resources, um, that then they're going to show it even to less people.
Yeah,
So don't do that, folks. Don't have links in your on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Facebook to external resources.
yeah,
But that applies to all social media platforms. They don't like you having external links in your posts that take people away from that particular social media platform.
yeah, yeah. That's a no-no. I like to tell the realtors to not post the YouTube link on their Facebook, and Instagram won't even allow it to be
They don't like it.
a clickable link anyways. But don't post a YouTube link on Facebook. Rather, post the native file of that listing video, so people can just watch it right there without having to click or anything. Plus, you're going to get way more reach on Facebook if you do it that way. So make sure you ask your videographer to send you that file that's
I think
formatted.
a good objective is to
Yeah,
drive them to a page and then have a link that takes them to a resource, and trying you're trying to provide some resource on your website
yeah,
that encourages them to sign up with you, and then you've got a decent monthly newsletter. You're trying to get them onto your
yeah,
mailing list. That's what should be your
yeah.
main
That should be a
object.
priority.
That should be your priority, really, I feel.
Yeah. And you can even add that in the video, like say, hey, if you like what you saw, click below to get, our monthly newsletter with tips and resources about the area or whatever it is, right? So, okay, last but not least, we did talk a little bit about this already. Six is engage your audience with webinars and live Q&A sessions. So share about that one a bit.
Well, that's more commitment, and that's difficult if you're a real estate agent. But if you really want to take it to the next stage, especially YouTube, I'm not sure so much on TikTok, but YouTube, they're definitely giving more exposure to people that are doing live events on YouTube. Plus,
Interesting.
especially if you're getting people to come to that YouTube live video event and they're
Yeah.
commenting. But you got to be prepared to be up there for half hour, 45 minutes. You've got to have the setup where you're promoting it for your other social media channels. Then you got the whole thing. If you're pushing the link, they don't like it.
Hmm.
But you know that works. And if you're doing the fundamental thing is if you're doing they want people to be on YouTube and not get off YouTube. And that if they're seeing people come in and join you on the discussion, they love it. And that's exactly what Facebook or LinkedIn wants to see. They want to see people. There are platforms. I use StreamYard, and the nice thing with StreamYard, it will prepare a live video event on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube all at the same time.
Hmm.
So Facebook thinks the live event is just on Facebook. YouTube thinks just the live event is just on YouTube and
Yeah.
LinkedIn. So they won't penalise you that you're taking people off the platform because they all think they're getting unique content.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it if people are commenting and engaging with you, asking you questions on LinkedIn, it gets siphoned into one interface on StreamYard. So that's one way to get
Hmm.
round getting penalised by having external links. So,
Yeah.
but really, for that to work, you really got to parcel off. You got to do it once a week and really have it do it at the same time every week. So
Yeah.
that's a big ask from a real
Yeah.
estate agent, but it will work. But it will take time, and you got to parcel that time off every week.
Yeah. And if that seems too overwhelming, remember to do a few things doing well, and simply start on your phone, put it on a tripod, or if you're in an event or something, and go live like that so you can start to get the ball rolling and work up from there to get more creative and more professional with what you're doing. So,
You want my advice on this, folks? You really got to parcel off a morning or a period the same day every week. And you
mhm,
really got to try and ring fence it. Obviously, if an emergency comes up with a client, you're gonna have to drop it. But the best you can do, ring fence a particular time, and then utilize either Mailrite or some other social media calendar system so you can populate for the week or for the month, and then add new content weekly and then do your videos as well and push them out. Because otherwise, um, get get the structure in, then add to it during the week. You know, when you got a spare moment, you're in the car, you can do a quick video. You can comment on people when you got a couple of minutes.
Hmm.
That's the way to do it in my mind, Adam.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. Any last thoughts?
That's it, Adam.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed us unraveling that with you, some of the just the social media marketing tips that help you generate leads, but also convert leads so they can turn into real business for you. Some of those tips are super effective. Influencers are using those and implementing them every day. That's why they're successful, and it'll help you be successful too. So, let us know any thoughts, comments, questions you might have. Just comment right below. Also, if you could hit that thumbs up and like our video and share it out there to coworkers that you work with or your team, that would be awesome. And also, don't forget to smash that subscribe bell too. So, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Jonathan, for your input. And we will see you next time on the Mailrite Workshop. Take care. Have a good week.